going, family? Welcome to Blacklogic. What does the Israeli-Palestinian conflict means to Black Americans? Because there's a lot of energy on the internet asking Black Americans, out of all people around the world, and Black people in general, what side are we taking in this Palestinian-Israeli conflict? Well, before giving you the answers to that, I would like to give you a small synopsis of the historical history of these two countries and the various conflicts and battles that they had throughout the course of time. Very quick, very short, so you can get a background and have an understanding. And I'll be saying this in my storyteller voice, of course, right? Our tale begins in the late 19th century when a movement called Zionism emerged. Zionism sought to establish a Jewish homeland in Palestine. Then part of the Ottoman Empire, a wave of Jewish immigrants driven by religious and political motivations flocked to the region. However, the local Arab population, predominantly Muslim and Christian, viewed this influx with growing concern. As tensions mounted, the British Empire assumed control of Palestine after World War I, adding a new layer to the story, adding a new complexity to the region. Fast forward to 1947. The United Nations proposed a partition plan aiming to divide Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states. This plan was accepted by the Jewish leadership, but was rejected by the Arab states, igniting a conflict that led to the first Arab-Israeli War in 1948. This war resulted in the establishment of Israel as an independent state and the displacement of hundreds of thousands of Palestinian Arabs, a wound that still festers today. This conflict has seen multiple wars, uprisings, and peace attempts, all with varying degrees of success. The narrative is complex, with both sides claiming historical and moral rights to the land. The region's religious significance adds yet another layer to the story, with Jerusalem at its heart, a city revered by Jews, Christians, and Muslims alike. Today, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict remains a poignant and unresolved tale, marked by sorrow, suffering, and unfulfilled dreams. It's a story of a shared history, divided futures, and an international community striving for a just and lasting resolution. In this enduring narrative, the hope for peace is the guiding star, offering a glimmer of light amidst the shadows of history. So that is a small history of the conflict and the history behind how the conflict started. Now, there's other major complexities of Hezbollah, Hamas, these terrorist groups that reside in the region, of Palestine. So when it comes to Black Americans, I do not say this lightly. Majority of Black Americans do not know the history of these two countries. They do not know the historical and religious past of these two countries. So it's not even on Black Americans' radar. It is similar to the war in Ukraine with Russia. We do not know the historical references. We don't know the historical background of these two countries, how these conflicts and wars have started. When Ukraine actually started the Soviet Union, and then a lot of political things occurred. I don't want to get into details about that. And then the Soviet Union had broken up, I think back in the early 90s, if I'm not mistaken. So there are a lot of complexities to the history. If Black Americans do not choose a side of the Jewish state of Israel, then we are anti-Semitic. And that has kind of been a stereotypical label that people have been giving us already, which is absolutely 100%. Then if we pick the side of Palestine, we're sort of fascists. So they're trying to box us in of who we are supporting, whether it be verbally, monetarily, politically, etc. Here's my response to the side that Black Americans have chosen.